everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and I hope you're having a beautiful day so far. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 Dollar Tree Christmas DIY decor ideas that are absolutely adorable. I love the way they turned out and I hope that you guys can recreate them and decorate your home this season on a budget. As always, be sure to give these videos a thumbs up if you enjoy these ideas and subscribe if you are new. That way I continue to inspire and motivate you here on my channel through DIYs, decorating, and lifestyle videos. And as always, please share this video with your friends. That way they can recreate the ideas as well. And make sure you hit up your local Dollar Tree because a lot of the Christmas supplies are flying off the shelves already and it's only October, which is so crazy. But it goes really fast because they're really good this year and I don't want you guys to miss out on that. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with these really cute Christmas DIYs.
So for this DIY, you will want a glue gun, scissors, a printable, it'll be linked down below, paint, a Sharpie or glitter, rope, ribbon, and then the sign. Now, I decided to use white paint for my sign. You can use whatever color you would like. This is the Waverly chalk paint. It has great coverage. And when I first started out, I thought I was going to do a full coat of this, but I decided to just leave it a little bit more on the rough side so it looked a little bit more on the vintagey side for me. So I just dry brushed it in certain areas. The next step was to take that printable and just take a pencil and you're going to scribble all the way on the back where the words are. And this is going to create basically a transfer for us of our letters. I decided to leave a gap between the two words, so I'm going to be putting something in the middle, and just make sure that they're level, and then you're just going to trace over your words, and that will basically leave a mark on the sign for us to go back in and paint. It works really well. You can use carbon paper. That's something that I used to use, but a lot of you told me just to do this, and it works really good. You can see the words are highlighted here. Then I went in with a red paint pen. You could use a red Sharpie or regular red paint, but I thought this was really easy just to trace over all of the letters and then go back in with a regular paint and go over it. So it's completely your choice. You can finish it off the way you would like, but I really liked doing it this way. Then between the words I added 2 candy canes. One's at a slight angle and the other one's a little bit straighter. You can do what works for you. I took some brown paint and then just made a little bow for it so it would stand out a little bit more. And then I went back in with white paint and added the candy cane detail. This was a lot easier to add it after the red paint had dried versus just freehanding the candy cane in red. Now you could leave it just like this, but I decided to add a little snowflake to the middle just to highlight it a little bit. So I wanted the sign to stand out a little bit more, so I'm just highlighting all of my red letters with some Mod Podge, and I'm going to go in and add red glitter to the words, just dumping that on there, and then it will just adhere and then it will dry and we'll be good to go. This is your preference. If you don't like glitter, you can skip this step. I think it's a really cute sign in general, but it's completely up to you. The next step was to add on some ribbon. I just took my glue gun, made a nice glue line, and then attached the ribbon. And I got this ribbon from Hobby Lobby last year, but I'm sure they still have it. I decided to do this versus the traditional red and white. Dollar Tree does carry like a candy cane looking one, but I liked that this one just stood out a little bit more and it was a little bit different looking. Then I went back in with rope and just added that to the bottom, basically just to frame the sign a bit, and I really liked the way that looked. And then I also went up the sides, but I left the jagged edge showing. So I just thought, again, it added some character, but it's completely your choice what you want to do. This is the way the sign has turned out, and I think it's absolutely adorable. It's really pretty to me. For this DIY, you will want a glue gun, paint, Mod Podge, some rope, stick on wood snowflakes, and then you're going to want stick on letters, scissors, scrap paper, and a wood sign, or you could use cardboard. It's completely your choice. The first step is to take some Mod Podge and spread that all over the sign that you will be using. And this is a basically 12 by 12. It fits the same size as a scrap paper. Right now I got this scrap paper at Joann's, and they're having a deal where you get 10 for $2. And so they have tons of Christmas ones out, so definitely check them out. If you have one near you, you could paint whatever you wanted as well. The next step was to take the wood truck, and I decided to make mine all black. And this is your preference, what you would like to do for this. But I'm going to be mixing paint and glitter. Again, it's your choice. So anytime I'm painting, if I'm trying to highlight a certain look, especially for the tree, I always like to go in like swoops in the direction that leaves would actually go, or branches. I think it adds a little bit of detail to your paintings without it being a lot of effort. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to get a look for something, try to do it in its natural, I guess you could say, shape, if that makes any sense. Here I'm taking some white paint first, and then I'm adding the glitter onto that. You could use Mod Podge as well. It's completely your choice. I just really wanted to make sure that the paint stood out a little bit and the glitter, so that's why I'm highlighting it first with the white and then going in with the glitter. Now I'm adding on some snow just with the white paint, adding it to all the areas that it would normally build up on a vehicle. Now I'm going to be adding the words to my sign. Now you can paint these on, you can use a Sharpie, and you can transfer the words just if you print them out on Word if you like we did before. But these are actually stick-on letters. Dollar Tree has a variety of these right now, so definitely check them out. They even have felt ones. And they have felt numbers, so definitely look at their new area. It's in the woodcraft area. That's where I found mine, and I just thought they were really cute, and it was so much easier. This M came down too far, so I just snipped it off a little bit. I added some glue to the truck and glued that down to my sign. The next step was to take a little candy cane and add that to it. You don't have to. I glued mine down. There is a little bit of adhesive on the back, but it doesn't hold very well with glitter, so just keep that in mind. You don't have to add this, but I just thought it made it look way more Christmassy, and it was really cute. And then I added, the silver didn't stand out enough, so I added a little bit of silver just to the middle, and then went back in with some green paint, and I really liked the way it tied into the tree. The last thing I did was add rope all the way around the border of my sign, and it just completed the entire look. I thought it looked really nice and gave it that, rustic old look. And then at the very back of it, I flipped it over and then just added a hanging piece for it, and this is the way it turned out. I think it's really cute. So for this DIY, you will want a glue gun, scissors, paint, brushes, stickers, stencil or rub-on letters or stick-on letters, Mod Podge, and then the canvas of your choice. This one came from Dollar Tree. It said it was an 8x10, but I feel like it was more like a 6x8 size, but that was just me. I'm removing the staples from the back, at least trying to. It's a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I actually got this idea from my friend J Money DIY, and she does a really good job on crafts. You guys definitely check her out, but she's removed a canvas before like this, and I thought that is such a great idea. So thank you, Jay, for telling me how to do that. Once I got the frame covered in the gray paint, I set it to the side to dry. Now we're going to be working on the front of our canvas. I'm taking some green paint and basically making little pine trees. You can do whatever you like here. I ended up doing 3. A lot of the stores seem to have 3 trees on the signs, and so I thought that would be really cute. And this is where you can also be creative. You can add as much as you want. You can add some animals to it. Be creative, do what you like. Now I'm going to be using a couple different letters on here. I'm using regular stick-on letters. These are the smaller ones, and so I'm putting established in 1867. And then Dollar Tree came out with these rub-on transfer letters, which are really different. You have to really rub them on to get it to transfer. They're basically like stickers. You just rub them on. So it's a little bit different. After I did it this way, some of the other letters stuck to it. You need a lot of warmth basically from your hands rubbing back and forth. So I ended up just cutting out the letters that I wanted, putting them on, and then pressing them on. And so I put fresh spruce cut and load. We'll add the and later, but I took some Mod Podge just to add over the rub-on letters and the stick-on letters just to make sure that they would stick. You can see where a little bit of it ended up staying, which I wasn't very happy about, but hey, it's part of the DIY. Then I took a stencil and just basically painted on the inside of it to write out Christmas trees, but the stencil was a little bit large, so I would say definitely use a smaller one. And then I just connected all the letters. I didn't like the gap in between them, and so I had to write trees extremely small. I don't like the way this looks, so just let me make the mistake so you don't have to. And then when I went to go put the frame over it, you could see that it was still a little bit large. And this is partially my fault for not checking where the frame would hit first before I started painting. So just do that. That way you know exactly where your border is. And then I went ahead and painted the inside of the frames. I didn't like it that it was not painted. I added glue to the back side, and this is the way the canvas turned out. It needs a little improvement, but hey, I think it's still pretty cute. For this DIY, you will want a glue gun, scissors, a printable, link down below, a pizza pan, yes, a pizza pan, florals, ribbon, Mod Podge, Sharpie or paint, material or scrap paper. It's your choice. I'm starting with some brown paint. This is the Waverly, it's kind of like a stain paint. I forget what it's called. I'll put the name of it on here for you though. But I'm just highlighting the outer edge, and then I'm going to go back in and do the inner curve edge there, and make sure when you're all done you do one final swoop so you have no lines on it basically. But the first step you really should do is actually trace the outside of the sign first. That way you get a nice cut on your thing. I'm using this material. It came from Joann's. And this, I just got a foot of it, and it cost me like $1.30. So definitely check that out. Dollar Tree does carry this pattern, but in bigger in the baby aisle sometimes, but I have yet to find it. I think they carry it in like a blanket or a scarf. Some of the other girls use it, but I can't find it for the life of me. So I went ahead and traced that out, and then I put my printable underneath it. You could still see it. It would definitely help if you had a light underneath it, but this is a light material, so I just again went in and traced out the letters. For me, it helps to have this the letters next to it so I know I'm getting the right pattern here. But I'm just highlighting it again with my Sharpie. You could use paint pen if you wanted to, or regular paint, but the Sharpie works great. Now the next step was to take some Mod Podge and spread that all the way around the middle of your pan. I actually took a little bit and just highlighted the edges just to kind of lock in the paint a little bit. It kept wanting to come off, probably because the pizza pan was just such a smooth surface. If you sprayed it, it'd probably be a lot better than painting it on. The next step is to take your scrap paper or your material and go ahead and press that on. I was really careful not to rub too much where the letters were because I didn't want the Sharpie to transfer and get all over the fabric or smudge basically. Then I just trying to figure out the design that I wanted for the top of my sign here. So I layered on 2 pieces of fabric and then glued my stems onto that. And these you can find at Dollar Tree. They're really cute. They're new this year and I love them. And then I took a pine cone and added that to the middle, and then I ended up adding another one with some red foliage, but you could add the snowflake if you wanted to. The next step is optional. You could add some rope to the outer trim of it to make it look a little bit better, or you could add some ribbon. I got this ribbon from the Dollar Tree and I just thought it added a little bit of charm to it. I like both. I like it painted and I liked it with the trim. So it's clearly your choice, but I really think it's cute. This is probably my favorite sign out of all of them. You guys will have to let me know. For the next DIY, you want a glue gun, Mod Podge, scrap paper, a Sharpie, paint, stick-on, stickers, ribbon, scissors, a printable, and then a stove cover. I know, random things, but we are making use of them. So the first thing you're going to do is to trace out your scrap paper with your stove top. Then we're going to highlight the back of this printout. Those will be linked down below for you. And then we're going to take that and we're basically going to use that and transfer that onto the scrap paper. The scrap paper came from Joann's. Again, like I said, they have 10 for $2 right now, or they're basically just 20 cents a paper, which is a really good deal. You can use whatever color paper you would like. The next step is just to trace your letters on, and then you're going to use that traced out line and then highlight them with a Sharpie, and then you can go over it with paint, but I suggest using the Sharpie. It works really well, and I just basically widen the letters, making them a little thicker so they would stand out a little bit more. The next step is to take the Mod Podge and add that to the inner part of your stove cover, and then you're going to press on your scrap paper. Be careful again with the words. You don't want that to bleed out, so I highlighted the outside of it and just slightly went over it with the Mod Podge. That way it would be sealed and nicely glued down. Then I took one of the little stick-on wood stickers and I got the candy cane one and I just made it all red, and then I went in with some red glitter and added that just to the middle bow area. Now I'm taking some red ribbon, and then the striped ribbon is from Dollar Tree, and I'm just looping that over, and we're going to make a bow here. And I'm just using some wire twine to cinch that in the middle, and then I'm taking some of that striped ribbon to cover the twine in the middle. You don't have to use twine, you can just use ribbon and just tie a knot in it. The next step is to use some more ribbon. I use this one from the Dollar Tree. And I don't know if they'll still have this. I got this during fall and summer, so if they don't, you could add rope or just nothing at all, but I'm basically just adding a bead of glue and then pressing on that ribbon, and I thought it added a nice little highlight to the inner part of the sign versus it just being plain white. I then glued on my bow at the very top and thought it needed a little bit more, so I took the white snowflake. This is an ornament the Dollar Tree has in a 2-pack, and I added that to the middle, and then I added my little candy cane to the top, and I love the way it came out. I think it's really adorable. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of these Christmas Dollar Tree crafts. Let me know which one was your favorite and what you would like to recreate. Please be sure to share this video with your friends and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, become part of our family. We'd love to have you here. I will leave more Christmas DIYs and videos linked down in the description box below for you. And with that, I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.